kind of filming like here. But,
So where can I be? Are you going to use that chair?
Yeah, you can go there.
Hey. I reckon I could probably just go with that.
I might just stand in front of you, sorry.
No, you need.
Oh, no. Good morning, councillors, members of the public, staff and media present. Welcome to the council meeting of the 7th of February 2018, our first council meeting of the year. Welcome back, everybody, and it's great to see such a turnout of esteemed Wellingtonians up the back as well. I've got some, just in terms of people being aware, we are live webcasting the meeting today, so please be aware before you shout out or make any comments. We will, at the conclusion of the meeting, turn that off. I do also want to welcome the former Deputy Mayor and the current MP for Rongotai, Paul Eagle. Great to see you here, Paul. Welcome back. You're always welcome around the table too, if you so desire. Thanks, Councillor Dawson. Do we have any apologies? No, I don't have any recorded. No apologies required. So I want to move first and foremost, the most important matter for today's meeting. It's a declaration of our councillor-elect for the Southern Ward of Fleur Fitzsimons. So I'm going to ask Fleur to come forward and make her declaration in today. And I also want to just acknowledge Fleur and congratulate her on her successful election. It was a hard-fought campaign. And for the most part, a clean campaign. I say for the most part because it wasn't without issue, but well done. I take my hat off to anybody who runs for City Council or holds himself up for elected office. It is incredible, or it takes incredible courage to do so, and that applies to all the councillors here, and now you're joining us around the table, so well done, Fleur. Please come forward for your declaration.
Ko taku kupu tēnei, ka tūtuki ia hau, ki taku e pono nei nā kāwenga katoa. Hei painga mō te taone o Poniki, I runga I te mana kua riro mai ia hau. Hei mima o te kaunihira o Poniki, I raro I te turi kawanatanga a rohi, rua mano marua. Te turi parongo huinga o kawa kawanatanga a rohi, me itahi a tuture rānei.
Congratulations, Fleur. Now, to the members of the public that are here to support Fleur today, so friends, family, acquaintances, you're very welcome. It's great to have you here. Just so you're aware of proceedings, we'll shortly have the confirmation of minutes. We have a brief report confirming the elected member appointments, given the changes we've got with the transition from Paul to Fleur as a new ward member of the Southern Ward. And then we'll have Maiden Speech for Fleur as well. At the conclusion of Fleur's maiden speech, we'll then break for morning tea, and you're all very welcome to join us for morning tea out here in the foyer. So first of all, councillors, I'll ask you to call forward for any conflict of interest declarations. Okay, there being none, we'll move on. We'll move to confirm the minutes from the meeting held on the 13th of December from 2017. I'm happy to move. A second, Councillor Gilbert. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? I declare those meeting minutes carried. There's no public participation today, so we'll move to report 2.1, elected member appointments following the December 2017 Southern Ward by-election. I'm happy to move the information as is tabled in a report before us. I have a seconder, Councillor Day, Deputy Mayor. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? I declare the report carried. We'll now move to report 2.2 and ask the elected member for the Southern Ward, Fleur Fitzsimons, to come forward for her maiden speech.
Ngā mihi nui, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Your Worship, councillors, council officers, Labour Party activists, family and friends, it is my pleasure to take the oath and say a few words about why I sought election to the Wellington City Council and what I hope to work in collaboration with others to achieve. I want to start by acknowledging Your Worship, our Mayor Justin Lester. Justin is the reason why I am here today. He models progressive modern leadership in this important public institution. Like our Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, Justin is a pragmatic idealist and a relentless optimist, and it's infectious. I cannot think of anyone better to lead us in fixing housing, transport and infrastructure challenges in Wellington and in tackling climate change. I also want to acknowledge former Southern Ward Councillor Paul Eagle. Paul has been a friend of mine for many years, and it's harder to imagine bigger shoes to fill. His passion for Wellington is plain for all to see, and I look forward to working with him in his new role as the MP for Rongotai. I also want to acknowledge my fellow councillors, who without exception have been genuinely supportive, engaging, and so generous with their knowledge and wisdom as I grapple with this new role. Finally, I want to acknowledge the New Zealand Labour Party and the many activists who helped me get elected. The Labour Party remains a vital democratic institution in New Zealand with an unrivalled track record of practical, progressive reforms that expands the reach of opportunity to all New Zealanders, whatever their background, wherever they live. I'm delighted to have the chance to play my part in building on that record. But I recognise that party politics do not play the same role in local government that they play in central government, and nor should they. But it was important to me to seek election as a Labour councillor because my values are Labour values. But of course I'm a representative for everyone, regardless of their political persuasion, and in any case, it is my style to work constructively and respectfully with people from across the political spectrum. Like everyone around this table, I have sought election to the council to achieve things, and I will now spend a few minutes outlining what those things are. Firstly, representing the Southern Ward. Clearly there is much to be done in our beautiful Southern Ward, alongside fellow Southern Ward councillor David Lee. It is inarguably the most diverse, and I would argue the most dynamic corner of our city, taking in Newtown, Berhampore, Island Bay, Brooklyn, O'Fero Bay, Kingston, Mornington, Southgate and Vogamorn. Obviously, we must fix the Island Bay cycleway, and I will try my best to model the kind of leadership in our community which brings people together and focuses the community on how we keep making Island Bay a great place to raise kids, and which starts to rebuild trust in the council. It was clear to me when campaigning in the Southern Ward that many people are isolated and lonely. I spoke to them during the election campaign and had wonderful conversations with them about world events, neighbourhood happenings, and even reality TV. They were pleasant and engaging conversations, but too often they would eventually admit to being lonely, as if they felt guilty or to blame for their own loneliness. But I say we as a community are failing them. Loneliness is debilitating, and there is increasing evidence it leads to poor health outcomes. Age-concerned, playgroups, and events like the Council's Neighbours Day are already working on this. But we must tackle loneliness in the ways that we plan and build transport infrastructure, housing, and in our whole approach to community. From talking about loneliness, I've already been approached by doctors, rest home workers, and a group of mums within the community who want to help address this problem afflicting too many of our residents, particularly the elderly, the unemployed, and new mums. I want to work with these groups and ensure that our great city is known for its wonderful arts, culture, and sport, and also known for being the opposite of loneliness in every sense. I want every child in Wellington to have great memories of growing up here. Council facilities like pools, libraries, playgrounds, sports grounds, and of course warm, dry houses where they can reach their potential all play a role in this. I'm thrilled to have the Recreation and Community Facilities portfolio. Currently, the families of poor, vulnerable children can't afford the $5 it costs a parent and a school-aged child with a leisure card to enter Kilburney's swimming pool, or the $80 per term it costs preschoolers to attend swimming lessons, let alone the $90 it costs to play a season of football at a council-owned sports ground. These costs are prohibitive and mean many children don't get the chance to benefit from our council amenities and services. I want to change that. I'm thrilled to hold the Living Wage portfolio and proud of the work that this council has already done and committed to doing. I specifically want to acknowledge Councillor Brian Dawson for his passionate and principled leadership in this area. The Living Wage is about giving working people and their families dignity, and this council has led the way by explicitly improving the working lives of the people who run our city. I'm thrilled to have the City Safety portfolio and am firmly focused on eliminating sexual violence in Wellington. The Me Too movement has sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the world as the true horror of the treatment of women has come to light. The Me Too movement has brought front and centre a culture where women are treated as fair game for powerful men, as trophies, as conquests. The endemic nature of sexual harassment is no secret to me or any woman I know, but the Me Too movement has empowered women everywhere to share their stories, women inspiring women, finding safety in numbers, and slowly but surely breaking down the ingrained reluctance women feel about speaking out. In the media, in workplaces, on sports fields, Me Too is changing our world, and the Wellington City Council has a role to play too. Just last week, Wellington woman Amy Ross reported in the paper that she was physically assaulted and harassed while watching cricket at the Basin Reserve. Cricket officials are responding to this behaviour in crowds by setting up confidential reporting lines and monitoring at games. Bar staff in Wellington report of seeing behaviour in bars they know is unwanted, and of alcohol being used to incapacitate targets or as an excuse for aggressive behaviour. There is important work being done by the police, the hospitality industry, and sporting codes to expose and deal with sexual violence. But it is not enough to respond to the behaviour. We need to stop the behaviour. This is possible and necessary. Every bar, every sporting code, and all of us have a role to play in eliminating the culture and climate where sexual violence occurs, and by holding the Safer City portfolio, I am committed to working with others, including our excellent sexual violence prevention agencies, to eliminate sexual violence in Wellington. Finally, to my fellow councillors, I look forward to taking you all up on your generous offers of wisdom and advice and help as I join your team partway through this term. And I look forward to building robust and positive working relationships with each of you, and I'm confident this will occur. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fleur. Well done. That draws to an end this meeting. I'll invite you for morning tea out in the foyer. Thank you.